Hello everyone, and thank you yet again for joining me. I know it's been quite a while. In my previous videos, I, of course, promised the review of quite a few different fragrances, most of which were some Tom Fords and a few by Kilians. Unfortunately, real life kind of got in the way. My son was born, who is now right at 3 months old, uh, and my wife and I got our first house. This, that, and the other. Some few other real life issues kind of got in the way and hindered my motivation and whatnot, to put some videos out. But now I'm feeling nice and motivated again, and uh, I want to start talking about them again. I've been pretty active on a few Facebook uh, groups that we have, and so that's been a lot of fun. I've not been truly out of the game. I've just been out of the making of video reviews and whatnot. So as you can see, my latest edition, as far as a full bottle goes, is Bel Ami from Hermes. I got a nice little deal on this, although now that I've smelled it, it probably is worth the price that they ask for, which is something like $125, if I'm not mistaken. That's directly from Hermes, of course. Of course, if you buy it from there, you pay a ridiculous amount of shipping. And yeah, so if you can get a deal on it, get a deal on it. Just make sure you check your sources. If anyone were to read the description of Bel Ami, they would see that it's clearly marked as a spicy fragrance. It's got spicy notes in it, peppery type of notes, also woody and leather notes in it. I couldn't tell you exactly from memory what all they are, and given the situation that I'm in right now, I can't read the note list off to you. However, I will provide a link for that, or of course you can always check out Fragrantica. That has a pretty good breakdown. Now, today is my 25th birthday, and really doesn't feel like it, if I'm honest. However, one of the reasons that I made this purchase now on Bel Ami, it was a blind buy, mind you, but I have had such good experiences with Jean-Claude Ellena's formulations that I'm really not all that bothered at blind buying his fragrances, just because whatever he does to his fragrances, they all have worked well. The only one I've had bad luck with was Vetiver Tonka. It smells fantastic, but it sours on my skin, so I can't really wear it all that well. However, these peppery, deep woodsy fragrances, man, they're powerhouses on me. They smell right, etc., etc. Now, if you do some reading, you'll notice that the popular opinion of this type of a fragrance is that it's for an older man, more of an older gentleman, rather than some club-going, hip-hop type of, youth, I suppose. However, if you had the right mentality, you could pull that off anyway. But this is most certainly a refined, smooth, leathery, woody, peppery fragrance. And, if you watch my Terre d'Hermes video, that one probably still reigns king because it's so easy to wear. Whereas Bel Ami, if it were a bit easier to wear, it would probably take the place of Terre d'Hermes as far as my all-time favorites go. This one, again, is right up there with Aventus, in my opinion. Obviously, it's up there with Terre d'Hermes, and it's up there with another one of my Guerlain fragrances called Coriolan. Coriolan is the only other one that is really comparable to Bel Ami because of its peppery spiciness. Granted, I've only worn this a few times. I've received a few compliments, all from women. One guy from work that I work with, he wears a few colognes, but he's not really a frag head, so to say. He said to me, I'd asked him if he could smell anything. I was showing him a picture I took of the Bel Ami, and he said, no, I didn't really smell anything. But then, as he walked away, he turned around and he said, wait, are you talking about that spicy scent? And I said, yes, that would probably be it. And he goes, oh, yeah, I've smelled that since I got here. He said, I thought it was just somebody passing through or something like that. He said it doesn't really smell like cologne. It just smells really, really nice and natural. And so, as far as I'm concerned, that's a compliment. So that was cool. But again, this cologne, man, this is a powerhouse. The opinions of others and the reviews and whatnot don't lie. This is some strong stuff. It does mellow out, but it literally takes on my skin, freshly showered, shaved, and all that lovely stuff. It seriously will take about 3 or 4 hours before this cologne finally calms down. And when I say calm down, I'm not talking about a skin scent. I'm talking about to the point where it's not like damn near punching you in the face. It's great. I really, really like it. So that's one reason why I can say that the price point is justifiable. It is so strong. 3 sprays will last you all day long. And if you're like me, the lovely, lovely thing about this on my skin is when I go to bed and I wake up the next day, I can still smell it on myself. Very, very lightly, very faint, but I can still smell it as I move around. And at that point, it's turned into this real nice, soft, smooth, leathery, woody tobacco. Almost, it's reminiscent of a tobacco type fragrance. I think what it is the spiciness from the pepper. And I believe there's cardamom in here as well, if I'm not mistaken. Just that general spiciness that's smoothed out by this sweet type of very authentic leather note. It's really nice. It's actually very comforting. I like to pair this with my Taylor of Old Bond Street Sandalwood deodorant, and of course I also use a Taylor of Old Bond Street sandalwood scented shaving cream, and it just makes for a remarkable combination. It's one of those things where you're pretty much just wrapped in comfort as far as your scent goes. I've never received any negative feedback on this yet. The only thing that borderlines negative feedback that I've received is that one girl was like, it doesn't smell bad, but it is very strong. And so, I asked her, I said, does it drown out your nose? Is it suffocating you or anything like that? She said, no, it's kind of light and airy, but it's just really strong. And I said, but you can still, I asked, but you can still breathe normally. And she said, yeah, I can breathe all right. So, that's another point towards Bel Ami. This may be too strong for a close quarters work scent if you do it the wrong way. This is the type of cologne that honestly I would put on an hour before I go into work so that I can give it time to cool off and settle down. The scent doesn't change a whole lot. Rather, as far as what it smells like, it doesn't change a whole lot. Rather, what this one does on me is smooth out, as I've previously mentioned. It starts out very, very strong, just like Terre de Hermes, but instead of the scent kind of turning away from this woodiness into more of a fizzy kind of citrusy, woody type deal, this one turns into a spicy, peppery, very smooth leather fragrance, and it's wonderful. It really is. A lot of people say that this is a mature fragrance, and I can see where that comes from. So if you have the right attitude and the right demeanor, you could pull this off easily in work attire. You could pull this off pretty easily with a nice button-up shirt and some jeans and some boots. It's that manly. It really is very good. Obviously, I've not smelled the original formulation. Something tells me though that I might not like it. I really, really don't know. Obviously, I seriously doubt I'll ever be able to smell any. For one, I can't afford it. And secondly, I like Jean-Claude Ellena's creations. They're all very good. As I said, longevity on this is fantastic. This is a very soothing, comforting fragrance to me as well. If you're into the very manly, very spicy and woody fragrances, this would be for you, most certainly. To break it down real quick before I end this video, when I first spray this on, I get a strong animalic note, which I accompany with the cardamom and the other more exotic spices that are in the beginning. A lot of people say that there's a very animalic note in here. I don't really believe that it's truly animalic. What I believe it is the scent of raw spice. If you've ever smelled cumin or any sort of raw spice, it's like right when it's being cooked, you'll smell something that's kind of reminiscent of stank. It's not necessarily in a bad way, it's just how it smells. This, if you put your nose right on your skin right after you spray it, yes, you will smell something very reminiscent of a mixture of cumin, cardamom, and other just raw spice that's been thrown on a hot dish. But as I said, it mellows out, it smooths out, the leather comes in. It's fantastic. And I honestly don't know why this doesn't have more reviews on it, if I'm perfectly honest. If you're wanting to try this out, certainly give it a chance. This is a cold month. This is, if you live up north, this is a good cold month, a good springtime scent, especially on a cool springtime night. If you go light on the trigger, 2-3 sprays. If you go 4 or 5, you're going too much and you're going to drown people out. But if you go 2 to 3 all around your neck area, it's good. It's very, very good. I'll probably do a revised edition of this before too long and kind of show off my ritual of how I wear this. This is a very special fragrance to me. I have waited 2 years to purchase this fragrance because I just wasn't sure, and I really needed to justify the amount of money spent on it. But anyway, if you have tried this, or if you've tried the original vintage formulation, and you just so happen to come across my video, leave a comment. Let us know what you think, or let us know what you don't think. And if you enjoy the video, of course a like is greatly appreciated, not required, but definitely appreciated. Yeah, thank you for watching, and on my birthday, Bel Ami will be my scent of the day. Alrighty, we'll see y'all later.